Who's ever heard someone tell them that they don't care about money? Now, recently I've had a conversation with a couple of business owners where they've told me that they're not too interested in making more money. What's the point? Who needs more money anyway? And I always find those comments really interesting because I had another conversation with a business owner where their life has been turned upside down with a diagnosis of a family member. And do you know what is going to make it really easy for them compared to what the situation could have been like? The fact that they've got access to money. Now, I think it is really interesting that we hold on to these concepts that you're not allowed to like money, for the love of money is the root of all evil. You'll grow up in this country and you'll learn that money's bad, rich people are evil, all of this sort of shit. And then we take this on board and then we decide how we apply that thinking. So if you grew up and you were taught that rich people are evil and that money is bad and that you don't need heaps of it anyway, just be content with what you've got and things like that, and that's probably going to be part of your belief system when it comes to money, right? However, you will have a time in your life, or you might have already had one, or you'll see people have them where all of a sudden they do need access to money. Now, in the terms of the example of my client that I was just mentioning, they need access to money to help their family member. And fortunately for them, they have it. Now, over the years, they've been stacking money and now they get to use it. So money is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. Fortunately, they didn't set some sort of ceiling for themselves where they got to an income earning potential or made a certain amount of money, stacked it aside and were like, right, I don't need any more. Why would I need more? We don't know what we're going to need money for until we need it. Yes, it's all good and well to have plans and build towards goals and things like that, but this is more thinking about psychology of money and the things that you believe about money and the things that are holding you back. Because if your child or if someone in your family all of a sudden needs care or needs help or needs money and you can't afford to do it, and you've grown up and you've said things like, oh, you don't need more money, that's for greedy people, or those sorts of things, you have to own that that's what you decided. So now you're not really in a position to be able to help should you want to help. Or the fact that you may desperately need other people's help and now you have to go and you have to say to people like, please donate money to my cause, please donate money to my family and things like that. But are you going to be able to? Because you've thought that it's bad to have money, to want more money and things like that. I often see these types of sayings and belief systems completely go out the window when it comes to something more emotional and personal happening in someone's life. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with it. But this video is designed to get you thinking about that and the stuff that you hold on to. Why do you tell yourself or other people that it's bad to make more money or to aim for a bit more? This is not a great comparison, but if you think about what happens in a military, they are building up ammunition in readiness for needing to use that ammunition. Now, sometimes I think about money as ammunition for me, and I think, am I directing it towards the things that I want it to be doing for me? And sometimes, you could think about how you're deploying it. Are you investing? Are you stacking? Are you saving, but you don't really know what for? But it's still okay to save and to build and to stack. Of course, eventually we want to get to a point where we're investing or getting our money to work for us. But not many people, I think, actually get to a point in their life where they've got money just sitting there. Because in New Zealand, we're hell-bent on getting the best return on it or clearing our mortgage or things like that. And hey, that's cool too. But it's also a good feeling when something happens and you've got money there. And we can all practice this, and it could be an emergency fund so that when your tire blows out in your car, you can afford to pay for it. Or myself, different things over my life where I've been able to go, right, I can pay for that. I don't need to use credit. And it's interesting, people will say, oh, I don't need much money and things like that. But then they'll get credit. So like, why do you need debt if you don't need much money? Why do you need to go and get access to more credit? So perhaps you did need more money and you didn't squirrel it away, you didn't save, you didn't build an emergency fund and start to save for something that could happen in your life. Hopefully this gets you thinking about that, because we will all find things that will happen in our life that will test what we believe about money. Some people will believe that all rich people are assholes, but one of them might donate to you one day or want to cover the bill of something to do with your family. Then what are you going to do? All of the data that you've collected to suggest that bad people are evil and they do bad shit with money, gone. So what do you do? Now what do you believe? Fascinating thing to think about when it comes to money and beliefs. And I think we should all spend a bit of time thinking about the things that hold us back, and specifically money-related themes, beliefs, and lessons that we have implanted into ourselves, and think, does that actually help me? And I went through this process some time ago where, growing my business, I could see that I was going to start to make more money. And so I wanted to become better with money before I started making more money. But I also had to get better at telling myself that those things were okay to do, that it was okay to save a high amount of money. It's okay to spend good money on rent because you really enjoy it in a country where people will tell you that you're paying someone else's mortgage and things like this. Money is actually quite individualized, and our lives are all very different. And again, money is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. We decide what we are going to do with it. Anyway, a quick rant out of nowhere. Hopefully that gets some of you thinking. Let me know what you think, or if you want to see more videos like this, and I can do some more off-the-cuff videos on different topics that you guys might have, or things that I'm thinking about in my week to week, because I'm navigating this money journey as well and trying to figure out all my own stuff, just like you guys are. I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to find some that work for me and share them as I go. I've gone from credit card debt to now building up $1 million of assets without using property in this country. And I'm on my journey. You don't need to do mine. Just do your own thing. You want to figure out firstly, what is it that you want to achieve, and then start to work backwards from there. All right, see you in the next one.